Or perhaps you got a sports injury one time and found it hard to find a decent physiotherapist. Or maybe even you went and you broke up with someone and found it hard to confidentially find a decent counsellor to speak to. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is James. I'm the founder and co-owner of a new software website called My Therapist. My Therapist is a review-based platform, and it's to promote great therapists and to help people find great therapists. Now, there are obviously other review platforms out there, but it's our experience, and it's also been the feedback that we've got that a general review platform is not personal enough when you're looking for a health practitioner or therapist. So what we've done is we've developed a more detailed review platform, and it looks at the general, would you recommend this therapist to a friend? So it spits out a percentage of how many people would actually would promote this therapist to a friend. But it also looks at things like, what was the value that you experienced with this therapist? What outcome did you have? And the understanding, trust, and timeliness. So then when another user comes and looks for a therapist, they can search for what's important to them. It's been interesting as well with talking to therapists, and they've told us that they don't like the idea of being generally reviewed. They like the idea of actually having specific feedback on these levels that we're talking about here. So we've actually had a really good response from therapists as well. So where are we today? Well, we've been gathering reviews from people in Coffs Harbour, and we've had a really good response actually. And basically we've just done that through SurveyMonkey, and because these reviews are so valuable to us, and we've also got a belief that everyone deserves healthcare, so we've partnered up with a company called Wattsy, and they're a fantastic company in the States, and they basically find people who need healthcare across the world, and they raise money for those people. So because these reviews are really valuable to us, we donate 50 cents per review completed to a person in need of healthcare. Now, a little plug for Alan. We've been following the Blue Chili 99 to Launch program already, and it's just been fantastic to step us through week by week, and to the point that myself and my business partner Kelly have gone back to working part-time in our jobs and concentrating more and more on My Therapist, which is really exciting. We've got to the point that even though we don't have the full software developed, we do have a website and Facebook following, and that's getting some real traction at the moment. And one of the main things we're doing, and it's really exciting to be able to be doing this even before the full software is launched, is that we're promoting a Therapist of the Week. So for example, here we have Tom, who was our Therapist of the Week last week, and he or any other therapist gives us a session to give away on behalf of them to a user. So basically, Tom or the therapist gets independent advertising through us. We get extra followers on our Facebook page and traffic, and people get the opportunity to win a free prize. So unsurprisingly, we've had quite a lot of interest from this Therapist of the Week. With this Therapist of the Week, and basically with everything, our magic metric is the traffic to the website. So our business model relies on getting traffic to the website, and then we convert that into advertising revenue, both through cost per click and through affiliate advertising. And very excited to say that in the last couple of weeks, we've actually started to generate some revenue even before we've got our actual product. So what do we need today? Well, we need to develop our software. So if I was to win today, lots of the money would go to local developer, Peter Anderson from PackWeb Solutions, who we've just got on board to actually build that next level of product, which would include the review platform and the searching platform. And also continuing to pay for marketing to promote the therapists. And these are the therapists we've already promoted, and we've got many more to come. So we want to keep promoting these great therapists. So I really would welcome any questions and feedback, and would just love to get more and more insights. We've built it on feedback, we've built it on advice and ideas, and we're continually changing and and growing on the back of what people want. Thank you.
Well done. I love the presentation, and it's very, very nice to see something different from an IT startup, and I think it's very interesting, very spot on, and very required. I would love to see some numbers. If you have any forecasts, or do you have any projections that you can share?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we've built it a lot around the growth that we've had on our Facebook page. So that's been about 30% a week for the last 2 months. So on the back of that, we've conservatively said, okay, well, let's translate it into 30% a month for the next year. So it's quite conservative. And again, one of the main things is the review. So we're assuming that per review, which is so we'll say 1 review per user, and then we're saying that each review will generate 100 users in terms of traffic. And from those 100 people, we'll get 2 clicks and 50 cents a click. So then we've got a projection for the next 12 months of what our revenue will be.
So James, just so I'm clear, that's about $1 per user?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so $1 per user being $1 per review.
Right, cool, okay. And how are therapists going to find My Therapist?
So at this stage, they're finding us through Facebook. The local cough therapists are finding us through Facebook, and we've been approaching therapists, but it's actually quite nice because we're just getting to that point where therapists are actually starting to message us because they're hearing about us. So we're just getting that nice traction where it's sort of working both ways. And yeah, so it's very much cough-centric at the moment, but we've also actually got a number of therapists lined up in Brisbane and Sydney ready to go, but we're still just tweaking it and trying to make it right in coughs before we sort of launch there. Yeah.
Great. And when you think about the future technology platform for the business, is the focus desktop computer users or mobile users, or like how am I going to access My Therapist when I'm a consumer and when I'm a therapist?
Sure. So at first it will be desktop and mobile compatible. We initially wanted to go straight into app, but we've realised that it's quite expensive to do that straight up, and we're trying to be lean and just keep testing and working out what people actually want. So we're going desktop, mobile friendly to begin with, and building it until we're confident that we've actually got a product that people really want, so more revenue than we've actually got now. And once we have that confidence that this is really what people want and we're going to make money from it on a larger scale, then we'll invest in the mobile app as well.
Thanks, James. Great presentation. That second to last slide, you had a lot of photos at the bottom of current therapist customers of yours. And I saw one who seemed to be very much to me to be a fitness trainer. That would be the second one from the left from what I can see. Yeah. So just tell me, how are you defining therapists in regards to this? Is it a fairly broad definition?
Yeah, it's a really good question actually. Initially, and this is one of the points that we've actually had to sort of adapt to. Initially it was the concept was for mainstream and alternative health. But we've had so much interest in beauty and fitness and exercise that we've expanded it to include health on a more sort of general scale. And basically anything that can apply to those 5 tiers of our review system in terms of making sure that, people are looking, well, it's health, yeah, generally.
And just one more question. Okay, so you're talking about a review system, so that's a form of user-generated content, I presume, yeah? How are you going to overcome the issue of, and we've come across this in tourism, for example, where mum and dad do reviews for, the daughter or the son or whatever? I mean, there's quite a bit of research out there to show that's becoming a bit of an issue with regards to user-generated content. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, it's something we've thought about a lot. I think there are a few different answers to the question. I suppose the concern is malicious reviews.